Welcome back. It's time for some urban fantasy. So today, I'm doing a book review of Fated by Benedict Jacka. Fated is the first book in the Alex Verus series. It only takes around 6 hours to read this book. In this video, I will talk about the strengths of this novel, what didn't work so well, and how I would rate this book. If you're looking for similar book recommendations, do stay tuned till the end. Please subscribe to help me grow this channel so I can bring you lots of fun fantasy book content. Let's begin today's video with a quick summary. The story is set in modern-day London where Alex Verus runs a magic shop. Alex is a diviner mage who can pull off impossible feats because he can see into every possible future. Despite his rare powers, Alex is an outcast in the magical community. As the story begins, the Council of Magic unearths a hidden artifact, a fate weaver protected by a terrifying guardian entity. After failing to recover the magical object and realizing that only a diviner mage can help them, the council approaches Alex to retrieve the object. But the dark mages come calling too, and they would rather not let him live than have him work for anyone else. Thus begins a race to retrieve the Fate Weaver as Alex fights to survive the ancient power struggle between the light and the dark forces. The story is told from Alex's point of view and the backdrop is mostly London. But there is also another world hidden in plain sight which is accessible to mages and humans sensitive to magic. This world is also home to many supernatural creatures from myths and legends. The magical society is overseen by a council and the mage politics add a little depth to the story. The writing style and the narrative voice was consistent throughout the story. Most of Alex's dialogues have a fun, snarky tone. But in many tense moments, there are conversations that are overly drawn out. The story does not really bring the backdrop to life. The only time the writing seemed atmospheric was when Alex was in the Elsewhere place. The first part of the book establishes the world and its characters, so the story moves at a much relaxed pace here when compared to the thrilling and fast-moving second half. The central plot is not complex and is simply focused on various factions trying to retrieve a magical object. I do like the take on concepts of good and evil. The dark mages believe only in absolute power and have a twisted sense of what is good and evil. Evil is just a matter of perception for them. But the light mages are as shady as the dark ones. There were a couple of minor points that did not make sense. Like after multiple attempts to kidnap Luna, Rachel's group conveniently forgets that she is the key to opening the artifact. I felt there was something missing here. Also, I'm not clear on why other mages can't see Luna's curse. There wasn't any explanation as to why the cube suddenly appeared at the exact moment the artifact was found either. The ending was as expected, but the race for the Fate Weaver, its lore and history was fun and entertaining. The central plot in the book was tied up neatly. Like Hermione, I thought divination was a useless piece of magic. I started the story believing that Alex is the underdog who possesses a less powerful set of skills than his peers. But the way this branch of magic has been used in this book, I will never again think of divination as not being cool. There is a lot of magic described in the book, and I had to pause and reread some sections when it got a little complicated. There is not a lot of spell work involved. The mages don't need wands or staffs to channel their power. There are plenty of magical tools Alex uses as his power has its limits. The author has made sure the readers have a very clear understanding of his vision on how this world works. So every time anything magical is explained, he has provided us with real-world examples that we can relate to. Alex is a likable, well-rounded protagonist in his 20s who carries a lot of emotional baggage from a dark past. He is clear on the limitations of his power. I like the way Alex relies on the combined strength of his magic, his quick thinking and martial arts to beat the odds consistently. It is the non-human side characters that I really enjoyed in this book. One of my favorites was Arachne, who is a female version of Aragog with the nature and aura of Mrs. Weasley. The other was Starbreeze, an ancient air elemental with zero attention span. I have mixed feelings about the apprentice Luna. She has an interesting backstory and I did empathize with her. But her asking questions at the wrong moments or whining about how she is useless while they are in danger really irked me. I'm also a little confused with what is going on with Rachel. From the female characters, I got the distinct feeling that the author wasn't clear on how to go about their personalities. All the human side characters need to be fleshed out more. The bad guys were not terrifying enough. Since this is just the first book in a 12-book series, there is time for character work. Fated is a super fast, enjoyable read. The main storyline is not very innovative, but it has laid a neat foundation for an overall story that promises something bigger and better in the later books. I did enjoy the well-crafted magic system and the efforts to simplify it for the readers. Fated by Benedict Jacka earns a score of 7.5 out of 10. The Alex Verus series is for readers who love fast-paced urban fantasy with plenty of magic and mystery. Though it seems to be aimed towards adults, the story is not very dark and is appropriate for teens and young adults too. Fans of Dresden must check out these books. If you are looking for any modern romance in a magical setting or something epic with intricate world building, this is not the book for you. If you would like more book recommendations similar to this series, you can try the Iron Road Chronicles by Kevin Hearn, the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher, Felix Castor series by Mike Carey. Do you have any other recommendations to add? Please drop a comment below. Thank you for watching. Do like, comment and subscribe. I'll be back with the next video soon. Bye.